Hello, Pastor. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Blessing?
I'm good, thanks.
Yes.
It's good to be back here, Pastor.
Definitely. That's
I've
true.
been following your program.
Yes.
You've been answering some burning questions.
Okay.
I'm back with another one.
Sure.
Lately, your program has been discussing, you had a series answering questions on the mark of the beast.
Yes.
You mentioned that the mark of the beast is a counterfeit day of worship.
True.
My question is this, Pastor. How do we reconcile that with Revelation 13, verse 18, I believe? Could you just read that for us?
Let me just quote the Revelation 13, verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him who is understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 666.
Okay, so how do we differentiate? If the Bible is saying in this verse that the number of the beast is 666, isn't that then the mark of the beast?
Oh, okay. And I understand where you're coming from. In fact, let me say there's a serious misconception amongst so many people. Majority of Christians, they are of the same, perception that the mark of the beast is 666. But if you are just to read the verses, allow me to start from verse 16. You'll discover that the Bible does not teach that the mark of the beast is 666.
Okay.
It says here, verse 16, he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads. Verse 17, take note of verse 17. And that no man may buy or sell except one who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Then verse 18, which you referred to, here is wisdom. Let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 666. So we've got three things.
Okay.
The first one is the mark of the beast. The second one is the name of the beast. And then the third one is the number of his name. Those are three different things. That's why the Bible is using or. It's either you have the mark of the beast, or you have the name of the beast, or you have the number of his name. It's the same as saying, for proper identification, for you to get services, you may come with your national ID, or your driver's license, or your passport. The passport is not the national ID. Neither is the national ID the driver's license. Those are three things that can function. Functionally, they may serve the same purpose, but they are different. So the mark of the beast is not 666. 666 is the number of his name.
Okay.
So, like I was saying, so many people are of that, misconception, which is very, very unfortunate, because people are going to fall into the trap. The mark of the beast will be enforced, and people will not know that this now is the mark of the beast. But like you said, this is a follow-up question to the previous series that we ran. Yes, for those who may have missed, we ran a full series, 5-part series. If you can search for it on this platform, it was entitled, What is the Mark of the Beast? Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, up to Part 5. And Blessing, allow me to reiterate on what we said in that series. The mark of the beast is a counterfeit Sabbath. It is not 666. 666 helps us to identify who the beast is and what is his name and so forth and so forth. But the mark of the beast proper is a counterfeit Sabbath. And if you would indulge me, allow me to once again, for the sake of those that may have missed the series, I want to read again specifically from the archives of Catholicism, what they say about Sunday worship and what they say it is according to their own understanding. Let me first read a quotation from Monsignori Luis Segur, in his book entitled The Plain Talk About Protestantism of Today, page 213. Plain Talk about Protestantism of Today, page 213. He says the observance of Sunday by the Protestants is a homage that they pay in spite of themselves to the authority of the Catholic Church. So all Protestant churches that are observing Sunday as the Sabbath is a homage that they are paying to the authority of the Catholic Church. Not only that, if you were to read also from Thomas Chancellor of Cardinal Gibbons is the ultimate of the Catholic catechisms, which is the manual of Catholic doctrines. He says, C.F. Thomas says, of course, the Catholic Church claims that the change from Saturday to Sunday was her act, and the act is a mark of her ecclesiastical power and authority in religious matters. So this is Thomas, C.F. Thomas, the Chancellor of the Cardinal Gibbons. And like I've said, the Cardinal Gibbons is like the ultimate of all the manuals of Catholic doctrines. And Thomas, C.F. Thomas is the Chancellor of the Cardinal Gibbons. And he's saying, if you didn't know, we are the ones who changed the Sabbath from Saturday to Sunday. And that is the mark of our ecclesiastical authority. In other words, they're saying we've got power. We've got ecclesiastical power. We've got power over all the other religious bodies, over the other churches. And if you doubt that, look at what we did. We changed the Sabbath from Saturday to Sunday, which is a mark of our... That cannot be a coincidence. That God is saying these people have got a mark. And they are also acknowledging, they are saying, yes, the change is the mark of our ecclesiastical authority. Allow me to close with this one from the Catholic record of September 1, 1923. It recorded that Sunday is our mark of authority. The church is above the Bible. And this transference of Sabbath observance is proof of that fact. So the mark of the beast remains what we said it is. Blessing. It is a counterfeit Sabbath. It is the opposite of God's seventh-day Sabbath. And the Catholics themselves, they acknowledge that, yes, it is the mark of our power. It is the mark of our authority. We have proven to you that we have got power. And the change that we did from Sabbath to Sunday is proof of that fact. So it is unfortunate that so many people, so many Christians out there have somehow missed the point on Revelation 13, verse 16 to 18, and they have equated 666 to be the mark of the beast. Yet the Bible is very clear. The mark of the beast stands on its own, the name of the beast stands on its own, and the number of the beast, 666, stands on its own. Those are three separate entities.
Thank you very much, Pastor. I think you answered me well enough.
Thank you very much. If it was clear, we thank God.